This podcast is sponsored by sciencebased.learning.com. Discover your passion for languages with our innovative ebook, audiobook, and video system. Maximize retention using spaced repetition. Start your journey today.
Bimodal Bilingualism and Linguistic Diversity, Insights for Adult Language Learners. Explore bimodal bilingualism and linguistic diversity to enhance your language learning journey with science-backed strategies for effective adult language acquisition. Bimodal bilingualism and linguistic diversity, what adult language learners should know. When we talk about bilingualism, many of us immediately think of someone who speaks two spoken languages, for example, English and Spanish, French and German, or Mandarin and Cantonese. But did you know that bilingualism can also involve two different modes of language? This phenomenon, called bimodal bilingualism, is a fascinating aspect of linguistic diversity that is reshaping our understanding of language acquisition and language learning. As an adult language learner, expanding your knowledge about different forms of bilingualism not only broadens your cultural horizons, but also enriches your approach to learning a new language. In this post, we'll explore what bimodal bilingualism is, the role it plays in linguistic diversity, and how the understanding it can benefit your own language learning journey. What is bimodal bilingualism? Bimodal bilingualism refers to the ability to use two languages that operate in different modalities, a spoken language and a signed language. Unlike traditional bilingualism, where both languages are spoken or both are written, bimodal bilinguals communicate using both speech and sign. For example, a person might speak English fluently and also use American Sign Language, ASL. This bilingual individual effortlessly switches between vocalizing words and signing, sometimes even blending the two simultaneously. This is different from code switching in spoken languages because it involves different sensory channels, auditory oral versus visual gestural. The unique features of bimodal bilingualism. Simultaneous use. Bimodal bilinguals can produce signs and speak at the same time, creating a phenomenon called code blending. Distinct brain activation. Scientific studies show that different areas of the brain activate when processing signed versus spoken languages, meaning bimodal bilingualism provides a unique cognitive experience. Linguistic flexibility. Because they juggle two entirely different modalities, bimodal bilinguals develop enhanced abilities in multitasking and language switching. Linguistic diversity and why it matters. Linguistic diversity is more than just the existence of many different languages. It also includes diverse ways languages are used and embodied, including the use of signed languages. Signed languages have their own grammar, vocabularies, and cultural significance. Recognizing bimodal bilingualism highlights the richness of human communication and reminds us that language learning can take many forms. Celebrating linguistic diversity means appreciating that communication is not limited to spoken words alone. This knowledge encourages inclusivity and respect for deaf communities and other users of signed languages worldwide. What adult language learners can take away from bimodal bilingualism. Understanding bimodal bilingualism has several practical implications for adult language learners interested in the science of language learning. Appreciate multiple modalities. Language is not just auditory and oral, it can be visual and gestural. This broad viewpoint may inspire some learners to explore signed languages as part of their language journey. Enhanced cognitive benefits. Research shows that bilingualism improves executive function, working memory, and problem-solving skills. Bimodal bilingualism might offer even more cognitive flexibility because it engages different sensory modalities simultaneously. New language learning. Strategies. Learning a signed language alongside a spoken one can deepen your understanding of language structure and communication dynamics. This can inform how you approach learning any new language, spoken or signed. Greater cultural awareness. Learning about bimodal bilingualism encourages empathy and cultural competence, crucial traits in global communication and language acquisition. Science behind language learning and practice tools. Whether you're fascinated by bimodal bilingualism or simply want to improve your adult language learning skills, the process of how to learn a language effectively is complex but manageable with the right tools. Language acquisition involves a combination of exposure, repetition, and practice, and the science of language learning offers evidence-based methods to make it easier. One highly recommended resource is sciencebasedlearning.com. They provide a simple ebook, audiobook, and video language learning system, combined with an online practice app that uses the science behind spaced repetition to maximize your learning and retention. This system is especially effective for adult language learners who might struggle with consistency and memory recall. Integrating a multisensory approach to studying, inspired by concepts like bimodal bilingualism, can make your language learning journey more dynamic and enjoyable. Final thoughts. Bimodal bilingualism opens a window into the incredible diversity of human communication. For adult language learners, understanding this form of bilingualism expands perspectives on what language is and how it can be learned and used. Whether you stick with spoken languages or explore signed ones as well, embracing linguistic diversity enriches your own language learning experience and builds a deeper appreciation for the science of language learning. If you're ready to make the most of your language learning adventure, or even to learn a new language in a way that really sticks, be sure to check out sciencebasedlearning.com. Their science-backed program can help you build and maintain your language skills efficiently, using spaced repetition and a proven system so that your progress is steady and rewarding.